video is about how you would start finding an egg donor. There are many different ways that you can go about finding an egg donor. A lot of people choose to start with one of two places, and that is with your agency, if they have a selection of egg donors available, or with the clinic that you will be using. There's pros and cons to both approach. If you start with your clinic, just know that generally those are just donors that are local to the clinic, because those donors have gone into the clinic to be screened, so generally they live very close to the clinic, or at least within driving distance. You'll generally get a little bit less information and a little bit less background from a donor chosen from a clinic, but most of the cases, those are cheaper, less expensive donations. But they'll also have less selection available. So just know that if you're choosing a donor from a clinic, if you find a great donor there that you love, that's fantastic. Generally, it'll save you a little bit of money, but you'll probably get a little bit less information as a trade-off. If you start with your agency, you're generally going to see a wider selection of donors available from an agency than you would see at a clinic. And you'll get more background information on those donors as well. Most of the times an agency will have available background information on the donors, such as baby pictures, grades going back as far in school as they can provide, SAT scores, and pictures of siblings and relatives, and in a lot of cases you'll get a video as well if you choose a donor from an agency. Generally, those donors are slightly more expensive than what you would get at a clinic, just because there is more background information and they are coming from wider sources. In addition, an agency donor can be located anywhere in the country. So you might want to consider that there could be travel costs to send those donors to your clinics as well. Another source that people sometimes use if they're looking to try to save money is an egg bank. So egg banks are places where donors have already gone in and given the eggs, and they are stored at the egg bank as eggs until they are bought and purchased and then made into embryos at a clinic. In a lot of cases, egg bank eggs are not as great quality because the freezing process is just generally not as well known, and they might not use the same exact process that your clinic uses. If you are using an egg bank to save funds, then we always recommend getting a guarantee from that egg bank in case there is a problem with the quality of the eggs once they arrive at your clinic, because we have seen that happen in recent years. Finally, a source that you might not consider for egg donors are friends and family. In a lot of cases where there are Another person that you might not consider is a friend or a family member when looking for an egg donor. In a lot of cases, the sibling of one of the partners in a relationship can be a donor, and that way you could all have genetic material together in the child that you're creating. So before you look at an egg donor bank or clinic donors, you might want to consider friends or family members to be your donor.